Hey guys, you ever ask yourself, why do yoga asanas actually have such names? Why are some poses called downward facing dog, upward facing dog, cobra, or cat? And why are we suddenly standing on the mat like warriors? If you're new to yoga, welcome first, and it can feel a little strange at first. You walk into class and hear things like, come into downward facing dog, open your heart in the cobra, or stay strong in warrior 2. And you're thinking, wait, what? Why is it called that? The short answer is, because yoga wasn't invented in a gym. It came from observation, from nature, and from a lot of imagination. The ancient yogis didn't have a gym, no YouTube, no fancy names, but they did have something else. Time, silence, and the ability to really pay attention. They watched animals, how they move, how they rest, how they build strength, how they let go. And at some point they realized when an animal moves in a certain way, something specific happens in the body, and we humans can use that too. Take the cobra, for example. When a snake rises up, it makes itself tall. The chest opens, the spine lengthens. There's awareness, consciousness, presence, but no unnecessary tension. And that's exactly what the cobra pose reflects. You lie on the ground, press into the mat, lift your upper body a bit up, and suddenly the chest feels wide open, the gaze lifts, the posture feels awake. Or for example, the cat. If you've ever watched a cat, you know it can round and back deeply and then stretch out long and soft again. In yoga, we do exactly that. We round the spine, we extend it, we move it fluently, just like a cat does naturally. So these animal names aren't decoration, they are reminders, images, guides for the body. If you imagine I'm a dog stretching after waking up, you automatically do a downward facing dog, maybe a kind different, less technical, but more natural. And then there are the warriors, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3, reverse warrior, whatever you want to call it. These poses aren't just strong standing poses. They have a story, a history, a myth. Many of them are named after Virabhadra. This is why the asana is called Virabhadrasana, a mythical warrior from Indian times and mythology. But even if you don't know their story, you can feel it right away. These poses feel grounding, stable. The legs are firmly rooted in the floor, the torso is upright, the gaze is clear. A warrior doesn't stand there wobbling. They stand with intention, present, awake. And that's exactly what these asanas embody. They strengthen the legs, the core, the balance, but also something deeper. Posture, inner strength, direction. Many people notice in warrior, for example, wow, I suddenly feel stable, secure, more aware, more present, all of that. That's not a coincidence. That's the quality the name is meant to carry. Besides animals and warriors, there are also poses named after natural elements, if you want to call it like that. A tree doesn't move in a rush. It grows slowly, it stands rooted and at the same time flexible. In tree pose, you learn exactly that. Stability, balance without becoming rigid. Or the sun salutation. It's not a single pose, but a sequence. The sun stands for energy, for rhythm, for the natural cycle of activity and rest. The sun salutation brings movement, warms up, it's like a warm-up for the body, and clarity, just like the sun itself, if you want to say it like that. Then there are shapes, geometrical forms, like the triangle, or concepts like in general balance. These names help us understanding alignment, orient the body in space without overthinking everything. And that might be the most important point of all. These names are memory aids and points of connection. Yoga was never meant to be do it perfectly, but rather feel into it, embody something. When you're in Cobra, embody your body awareness, consciousness. When you stand in the warrior, embody stability. When you balance in a tree, you embody calm within the wobble. These image-based names help us move out of the head and into the body. They remind us that we are part of nature, not separate from it. And maybe that's the most beautiful thought of all. Yoga doesn't turn us into something new. It reminds of something very old, sometimes very natural. So next time you hear, come into the dog or stay in a warrior, don't think, how weird. Maybe think instead, what quality am I meant to embody right now? And that's where yoga maybe really begins. What do you think? What is your favorite pose? Or the weirdest pose you have ever practiced? Or a really hard pose for you? Let me know. Feel free to tell it in a comment down below. I'm happy to read your thoughts on it. And if you have any question, also feel free to ask. So, guys, have a beautiful day. Practice, practice, practice. And see you around. See you soon.